never given up, I give my all. I'm never looking back, attack, it's in the past. Stand up, stand up, stand up. You ain't ready for me. Give me your best shot, the stronger I stand. Not looking for sympathy. What doesn't kill me makes me who I am. A soldier fights till he's free. You ain't ready for me.
Hey guys, we just got done talking about X-Men 97. Now let's talk about Bad Batch. So, on top of X-Men 97 releasing episodes, because Wednesday already we were watching Bad Batch, we just got the 8th episode of Bad Batch. This episode felt to me like a lot of people use the word filler, and I understand what they mean by it. This episode was really, the best word for it is it's a decent episode. It moves some things forward. Sorry. It moved some things forward in the plot that we needed to move forward, which we'll find out in episode 9. But it didn't do anything incredibly like there was action in this episode, but it wasn't like a big centerpiece that moved all the chess pieces towards the end goal of the season. We didn't deal with the Empire in this episode. We didn't go back to Mount Tantus. We focused on the side stuff with Omega trying to help Crosshair's recover his arm, because it's all been shaky, so she's been trying to help him with that. So Droid said he didn't think there was a way. Omega found a way to meditate and think that his problem is psychological, and so she's going to help him using the meditation she learned from the Jedi Padawan Gunji. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like how that was handled. And then the meat and potatoes of this episode was the boys being Bad Batch. So loved that Hunter told Omega to sit her ass down and stay home, and she needs to lay low, because we've been waiting for that to happen. So no Omega running the shots, calling the lead in this episode. She was still a presence in the episode, but not nearly as much screen time as we're used to her getting. So I thought that was a nice change of pace. I really enjoyed that. And then we just had Hunter and Wrecker go and work with Fennec on a swamp planet to go track another bounty hunter. So there was some hand-to-hand combat there. There was some gator wrestling in this episode. Little Bad Batch boys in the swamp taking out some gators. It was fun watching them take out some gators. Good hand-to-hand combat. Fennec got in on the action. Fennec felt very much like the lead character in this episode, but she didn't do anything too crazy. She was just supposed to help them get information. And so throughout this episode, we kind of cut back and forth between what Hunter and Wrecker are doing and what Omega and Crosshair are doing. And so this episode kind of focused on those two topics, but mostly on the Fennec, Hunter, and Wrecker story, which I thought was really well done for a decent little filler episode. But what we find out later is that this episode sets up episode 9. So overall, I really liked how the arc went, and then the ending of this episode sets up episode 9 because we hear Fennec talking to someone on the comlink, but they mute the person's audio, but you hear some familiar music. Now, some people think that they're like, oh, it could be Cat Bane, it could be Boba Fett, all these different characters. I 100% believe, based on what we're seeing in this episode, that we are seeing Fennec communicate with Ventress, because what she's trying to get in touch with her for is basically the Bad Batch need information from Fennec. And she said she had someone that she could talk to get that information from. And so I believe that Fennec has reached out to Ventress. She's going to tell Ventress where to find the Bad Batch, because Ventress was probably hired by the Empire to get Omega back to Mount Tantus. My only nitpick with this episode is they're still saying M count instead of midichlorians, and it drives me up the wall. Just say midichlorians. It's not hard. If you're a prequel fanboy, you'll understand why I'm upset by it. But overall, guys, I enjoyed this episode of The Bad Batch. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. What did you guys think about this episode? Are you guys excited for episode 9? Share your thoughts. And as always, may the Force be with you. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next.
Woo!